Hi guys, a very happy new year to you. Hope everybody's doing okay. This is a two-part vlog. First part is a little bit just a change in the way of communication. Just something that I've noticed over the Christmas period that I just want to see if I can change a little bit. The second part of this vlog is actually really quite important. The second part of the vlog is something that happened to me only about 2 days ago, and I wanted to just pass it by you just in case maybe some of you are not aware of this. Also, how you would have reacted to it. So as always, stick around to the end, because the second part, even though the first part might not be relevant to you, the second part, I'd be interested to get your feedback on it and what I think I'd like to know what you would have done, all right? So thanks for watching, and yeah, leave your notes in the comments what you think would happen, okay? Cheers, y'all. See you in a bit. There's some incredible numbers there, isn't there? I mean, 7.8 million, 3.1 million, I think, 1.7 million, I can't remember. I've added them all up. There's over 13 million streams on TikTok alone. Some of you don't even do TikTok, I suppose. But over 13 million people have now seen Shelley on TikTok, which is phenomenal and fantastic. Thank you so much if you're one of the 13 million. I think her address is just coming up on the screen now. If you're on TikTok, go and have a search for her and see what you can do. It certainly opens some doors, that's for sure. The account's not even going a year. I came under the idea from that after 3 unsuccessful attempts from Britain's Got Talent to get her on Britain's Got Talent, she didn't apply for it. They asked her to apply for it. I thought if they're not going to pull her from the top, from above, and pull her up from above, we've got to try and do it from below and push her up that way. And hence the reason why I went a bit mental on the socials. Shelley doesn't do anything to do with socials at all. As she says, I'm just watching the dog, as Shelley says, she just turns up, and it's me that does all the socials. So it's like a teamwork. 2 secs. Rollo! It's like a teamwork that we do it together. And we both know our job roles. She is undisputedly the talent, without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm just the cogs behind the machine, in the machine that just like churns it out, I suppose. I think that's what it comes down to. But then what we didn't realise is what then comes with it is when you start off on the socials. You guys know Facebook, you guys obviously know YouTube, that's the reason why you're here watching. We don't really mess around much with Instagram, we just hook a Facebook account to it. But now we've got TikTok as well, so people now can find us on socials. We put ourselves across socials all the time. And Rollo, come on. We've put ourselves across socials all the time. He's over there. So there he is. He just goes off and does his own thing in that. I don't mind, but so long as he doesn't go over that wall. If he goes over that wall, then we lose him into somebody else's land. So he's all right with that. So we put ourselves across all of the socials. We do it on purpose because it's part of our job. The idea of being an entertainer is to try and reach as many people as possible. And that's what that's what I'm trying to do. For Shelley, I'm trying to reach as many people as possible because that's her job. So then, just like you guys or everybody else who has a job, in that job also, you want to have a time when you're not working. You want your downtime. And this is where the crossover's becoming a little bit weird, the crossover. What I mean is, from those 7.8 million views, I think there's over 20,000 messages. From the 3.2 million views, I think there's over 10,000 messages. And from the 1.6 alone, I think there's over 2,000. Now, obviously, everybody understands we can't respond to them all. We can't respond to them all. So we respond to those. I actually respond with Shelley to respond to as many as we possibly can. But then eventually it just takes over and it just disappears. And you can't do them all. You just can't do it. And I think if somebody's messaging in, I think they'll understand that as well. Because I always wondered what happens on the day the messages run away from you. Now, that's not happened on YouTube yet, which I'm fine about. That means I can answer pretty much every single one I try and get to. YouTube has a stupid algorithm that decides to hide some for some unknown reason. Andy, wrong. You just keep disappearing, and then like 6 months later, you'll reappear, and I've got no idea why. I think that's a gremlin in the YouTube algorithm. But you can imagine from 20,000 messages on a social media website, there's no way we're going to be able to answer all 20,000, which is fine. When we are out and about, me and Shelley, and we are in town, and somebody comes up and says hi, let's just get one thing right. We love it. We absolutely love it. We love to say hello to you. Your support means the world to us. If somebody, it's weird. I remember the first time somebody wanted a photograph of me. I was in the beer garden in August a few years back, and it was the weirdest thing in the world. And but we get it. It's nice. It's great fun. It's nice to have a chat with you guys and find out where you're from and see what you're holidaying. We're hitting the hill. It's a really tough one to word, to put it in the right words. Hence the reason why I wanted to have a bit of a think about it. Because it's not negative at all. It's great. A couple of things. If you see me and Shelley out and about, and you're on your holidays, and you know us, and if you don't come over and say hello, we'd most probably be quite offended. Because in all honesty, that's how open me and Shelley are to saying hi to you guys. It's nice. It's a community, and it's nice to have a community that is appreciated, and we appreciate you, really do. If you want to message us privately, the two forms of messaging are the best to get hold of us. Well, no, the one form best to get hold of us is surely YouTube, because YouTube, I will answer every. Dog's seen the pigeons. I will do my best to answer every single YouTube question that comes on in the comments. I really will. It brings me down to the other forms of social media that we use. The main one's Facebook. I need to talk about Facebook. Stop, roller, stop. It's pulling me down the hill. The Facebook one is quite interesting because personally I think Facebook's a dying social media page. I really do. However, the majority of elderly people have had Facebook for 20 years. They use Facebook. And the majority of my family, or elderly family, use Facebook also. So that's the one way with us living over in Tenerife. It's the one form of communication. Buenas! It's one form of communication that I can use with my parents, or Shelley can use with her parents, because they know how to use that because they've had it for the last 20 years. And with us living abroad and trying to get the connection, then Facebook is the, even though we don't really tend to use the pages that much, we do use the cross-social media communication side of it, like Facebook Messenger, etc. Now, this is where we made the mistake in the beginning, because we had no idea how big Shelley was going to get with TikTok. We had no idea of that. She's got nearly 85,000 followers now, and we're trying to get it up to, currently trying to hit 100,000. It's becoming, social media has actually become a full-time job for myself. I've actually got 5 TikTok accounts that I use for other businesses, and I do their socials as well. So it has actually become a full-time job. So because we had no idea how big it was going to be, our Facebook security was still set really for family communications. And that was all fine until things start to explode. And then what happens is people who we don't know are using Facebook to contact ourselves at times when we're not at work. Because I try to make social media work for me as well as it working for other people. It needs to work for myself as well. So when I work social media. When I'm free, I'm off. So we just had the Christmas, the New Year, and a bit of an example. I'm loving films. We've been watching Christmas films. I watched Carry On. If you've not seen Carry On Netflix, go and watch it. It is like a modern day Die Hard. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm into Squid Game. I think Squid Game's been amazing. I'm on episode 5 of it now at the moment. It's just stupid TV, but I love it. Tulsa King, we've just watched the full 2 seasons of Tulsa King, Sylvester Stallone. It's been absolutely brilliant. Now Shelley, as she says, she just turns up. When she does all the posts and the YouTube and all that sort of stuff, I just turn up. It's me who does the cogs. But I've been watching these shows and I've been constantly interrupted by my phone plinging from Facebook Messenger, because I leave that social on in case any of my family want to contact me. But then I'm just coming on with randomers who I don't know. So in essence, what it means is that even though I'm not working, my brain started to flick into work mode, and it started to irk me a little bit. And Shelley's like, no, it's fine, just ignore it. And I get it for her because she gets the odd one, but I'm the one who gets them constantly. And it really begins a little bit to go, well, hang on a minute, I'm supposed to be free, enjoying downtime. And I can't enjoy downtime because I'm still flicking into work mode, my brain flicks into work mode. Try to be as polite as possible. Try to answer. So, just done a hill, sorry. I don't want it to come across in a negative way, but I think what we've decided to do, myself and Shelley, we've decided to use Facebook and keep Facebook for ourselves. Not for us, but for our family. Because we know the importance of our parents. Our parents aren't getting any younger. But we know that that's a great communication skill for them that they can use to get across to us. We mainly use Facebook and WhatsApp, really. So what will happen now is the settings will go in place that if you have previously been contacting us through Facebook and all of a sudden you find yourself blocked, please don't take it personal. Please just take it under the insight is that even I need to have some downtime myself and some free time to be able to relax and unwind and watch Squid Game in peace. Night time at like 9:30 at night. When I've walked the dog, we've had our tea, we're settling in for the night, and I don't want to really get into work mode. So if you find that all of a sudden that you, as I said before, that you now can't contact us through Facebook, don't take offence at it, please. You know, we still try it on YouTube or whatever it means. The difference with YouTube is the notifications aren't on. I can go onto YouTube and I can answer those at my time when I am working, rather than at your time when I'm not working, if that makes sense. The most important thing is, as mentioned, if you see us in town and you know who we are and you want to come and say hello and you don't come and say hello, we will be offended, because we love saying hello to you guys. We love hearing about your holiday, love hearing that you're having a great time. It's we had one on Thursday, I think it was. She was a backgrounder. She says, oh, I've seen you before, but I've been never too scared to come over. Don't, just come and say hi, because we like it. We genuinely like it. But this first part was mainly about Facebook Messenger, how I'm going to start closing off Facebook Messenger and just leaving it for immediate family. I think that's the message on this one. Okay. I hope you understand. There is a second part coming up to this vlog, which is really quite important, which you could actually instill lessons on your kids or your grandkids. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. Okay. Cheers. So this one's an interesting one then. There's 3 parts to this, right? No, actually, sorry, there's 4 parts to this. Number 1 is the setup of actually what's happening. Number 2, what would you have done? Number 3, how would you have reacted? And number 4, did you know about this in the first place? I think that's what, I think that's how it needs to be said. First of all, let me give you the setup. I'm working in Chicago's. It's New Year's Day. I'm in there about 11 o'clock and the place is rammed. It's spinning me around. The place is absolutely rammed. Just over maybe 250 people in there, all getting breakfast. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, New Year's Day, everybody in high spirits. I've managed to find myself a little table, and on that little table I'm working away, just screwing away on my computer. I'm making 20-second films for all the businesses that I look after, wishing them all, you know, putting Happy New Year posts out there for everybody, and so forth. Buenas. Should be me, that. One day again. Oh, I wish. So anyway, in the olden days, I work on a laptop, but most of the apps now these days are actually phone friendly. But I find the laptop better to store all the film footage, create the film footage, and then transfer to my phone and then push it out through the phone media. And this is where I'm talking about. It's this bit between the laptop and the phone. In the olden days, if you had a photograph on your laptop and you had to transfer it to your phone, in the olden days, there's a couple of ways to do it. Number one, you'd email it, so it's going to a safe location. Number two, you could WhatsApp it across if you had WhatsApp, but then you'd need the other person's phone number. Number three, you could Facebook Messenger it, because Facebook Messenger is a safe and secure way as well, because you know who you're sending it to, and the person receiving it is going to be your friend. So those were the ways you could do it. But now, it's going back again, I've forgotten something. But now, in the world of computers, if you've got the same sort of make and model of things, you can do something which is called Airdrop. And I don't know if you're aware of this, Airdrop. Airdrop basically means you can almost Bluetooth it from one device onto another in a matter of seconds, meaning that you don't have to go through the faff of sending an email, creating a file, etc. You just literally just open up on Apple devices. You can anyway. This is mainly for Apple, by the way. It might be on other Android devices as well, but I'm talking about Apple devices here. So what I tend to do is I tend to do all the work on the computer. I then open up the Airdrop on my phone and just transfer it across, like the film across. It takes like 10 seconds. I've then got it on my phone, I can push it out from there. So, anyway, let's go back to the computer part. So let's say I've got a photograph on my computer. You can also do this phone to phone as well, by the way, so it's not just computer to phone. This is the ease of it, of Airdrop. So I've got a photograph. I click on the photograph and it says share. Now, when I click share, it means I can email, I can message, or I can airdrop. The moment I click airdrop, my device, whether that be a laptop or a phone, looks around for any other device that is open with Airdrop. And automatically mine came up. But for the first time ever, somebody else's came up. And it came up under the name of what they've named their phone, and it was Millie's iPhone. Now, I'm not Columbo, these aren't fast facts. However, if I was a betting man, I'd most probably bet that Millie was most probably one of the young girls in the family of all the tables that are around me, surrounding me in a 20 metres area. And there was a lot of families in there. And one of them would have a young girl who's got an iPhone, and she's called Millie. And this poor Millie, unbeknown to herself most probably, and definitely unbeknown to her family, has got her Airdrop turned on. Which means that she can accept, or she will be able to accept, anything that is airdropped over to her. Now, that means that she could accept any of my social media posts. But also, unfortunately, she might be able to, well, she will be able to accept anything untoward that anybody else in the area deems fit to send out as a joke, or maybe not as a joke, to other people. And that comes down to then actually the security of phone settings. So I'm sat there looking at this going, I went straight into dad mode. I went, if that was my kids with that on, I'd want to know that. I'd want to know that that function is on. I might not be aware of it, but I want to know that that function's on. Because then I can do something about it. I can turn the function off. I can keep my kids safe. And I can keep it all, you know, as a parent, be in control of your kid's phone more, or the material that your kid receives. That was the first thing that I went into. So I went, right, okay. So I looked around and went, who's Millie? Because she doesn't have to be on a phone, because the phone can actually be in a pocket. And as I looked across, there was literally families upon families upon families, all at tables, all with kids. Like, there could have been 15 Millies in there. There was that many kids, just people just enjoying the holiday. So that sent me the second conundrum. It's like, right, as a dad, you want to warn your kids about this. So dad to dad, I think I'd like somebody to have the conversation with me. But how do I find Millie? Because there's like 15 Millies in here by the looks of it. And I'd look a bit stupid going up to a table going, hi guys, sorry to interrupt, by the way. Has any of you got a girl called Millie at your table? And I thought, I can't do that. So I didn't do that. Even though as much as I wanted to do that, I didn't. It's just like, I think that Can you imagine being the dad on the other tables who doesn't have the milli going, what is this Fruit Loop on about? That's the first thing. And then the second one being a dad who does have a milli at the table going, why are you talking about my daughter's name? So I did actually something called the port protocol. And when you know about the port protocol. I did nothing. And it's been playing on my mind for quite a while now. It's been playing on my mind about what should I have done. First of all, so here's the setup. As a grandparent with kids and grandkids who might have iPhones, are you aware, first of all, of the device has an apparatus on it that's called Airdrop? Are you aware of Airdrop? That's the first thing. Because if you're not, you now are. Secondly, are you aware that your Airdrop can be left on or it can be turned off? So only you can control what material gets sent to your phone. So you're in control of the material that comes to your phone rather than other people. If you're not aware of that, then you need to go and check the settings. If you've got kids or grandkids with iPhones, you need to go and ask what their Airdrop, is their Airdrop set to on or off, especially for the grandkids, because that's where it gets a bit weird, I think. So that's the third thing. The next thing, what would you have done if you were in my boat, in my situation? What would you have done? If you were sat at the table there and you can clearly see that Millie's iPhone is open to accept any material whatsoever, and you're aware that that could happen at any time of the day. Kids could be pranksters, or there could be other people out there. We know the stories about what goes on in the world. What would you have done? Because I did nothing. And I think that's the reason why I'm doing this vlog. Because if I can't do anything for Millie, I might be able to do something for your grandkids and just protect them a little bit more. That's all it is. And give you guys the control back over your grandkids' phones, because they have got no idea what they're doing. And if anything, this world of social media that I'm in, if I've learnt a lot and that's what I can use to help other people, then I'd rather do that, I think. I'd rather pass that information through to you guys. So go and check. Go and check your kids' phones. Ask them what their Airdrop is. And if they don't know, tell them to go and find out. You find it under general, under settings. You'll find Airdrop round there, okay? With that in mind, guys, all the best. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, y'all. Ta-da.